If you had a teacher who told you this, I hope they win the Nobel Prize. But I never had a teacher who sat me down and told me how to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
What are the things that, make us happy? Why do we self-destruct when we become older? I mean, of course, I didn't have a class on financial literacy or like how to pay my taxes. That would have been useful as well.
Yeah.
But I really didn't get the classes on, what it means to be adapted well to the world psychologically. And man, for my entire life until I was like 23, I was such a psychological and emotional mess.
Yeah. So. No, I definitely didn't have that experience. And I think growing up, the only constructs you really have are what's either in your household. And I'm very thankful I have incredibly supportive parents there. Both from, my dad's from Queens, New York. My mom is from Baltimore, Maryland. They're East Coast. They're hard workers. They're great people. Like I said, I was born in Santa Monica because they were going to medical school at UCLA, right? These are extremely hard workers.
Wow.
But I know a lot of people, and we know a lot
of
doctors. My dad is a doctor. Yeah, my mom was a nurse.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. They're very, very smart and well-rounded people. But and of course we all have our faults, but I'm thankful for them because they did raise me to know what's important in life, right? Like, so many parents that are, and I think this is what I experience in our generation from a lot of close friends I have and people I go to college with and things we see on social media and movies. I was going to say movies and television kind of made us think like, is this what you're supposed to be? Is this what happiness is? Is this what sadness is? Is this what anger is? Is this what frustration is? Everybody's got their own definition and version of that. And I'm sure we'll go into that. But it's so difficult because it's hard to find an identity sometimes. And it's so important early on, like you said, to have someone like your kindergarten teacher teach you the simplicity of happiness, teach you the simplicity of building relationships, all those sorts of things. So you're right.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't learn them. And you're talking about learning these things from movies, but I was born and raised in LA with, Hollywood in my backyard.
Yeah.
So talk about, a messed up model.
Yeah.
Being surrounded by rich people, actresses, models, people who have really messed up lives internally, but they've got all of this glitz and glam.
Yeah.
They're growing up, my childhood home, there was a Starbucks near it. And that was the Starbucks where like Tom Cruise used to hang out. And I went to a small private school for high school.
Yeah.
And I went to school with, all of these celebrities' kids. And I'm also very grateful that I was raised differently. My parents like really taught me the value of a dollar and working hard and stuff like that. But still, at a young age, if you form healthy attachments to your parents, then you're good. If for whatever reason you don't form healthy attachments to your parents, then you form attachments to your peers.
Mm-hmm.
And you form attachments to what you see in school and what you see in society.
Yep.
And that is how you end up with like teenagers in gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or it's how you end up with like people, like I was going to school with people who in 7th grade were doing cocaine.
Jesus.
So because that was the attachment they formed. It was so ubiquitous. And if you couple that with maybe things not going so great in the home, you've got a recipe for disaster. But it was always a tragedy to me that like we don't have people in school. I think now it's different. I think like high school kids now get a lot more emotional education.
Yeah.
But not like when you and I were growing up.
No way, man. We had the Just Around the Corner videos where they showed us what sex is. And I'm just like, what the hell what is this? I'm going to forget about this, right? There's so many layers to unpackage there. We probably have to do a whole nother episode to talk about the social constructs of millennial experience in middle school and high school. But
for sure, yeah, this has nothing to do with what we were supposed to talk about on this episode.
We knew this was going to happen, Kevin. We knew this was going to happen.
I digress.